Hello, my name is Molly, and I grew up in Phoenix.
Woo!
In high school, I was overweight, and I refused to wear makeup, so I got picked on a lot, especially by the popular kids, the jocks, and the cheerleaders. I was a depressed lesbian, but this was the 1980s, so I couldn't date other girls, and Prozac hadn't been invented yet. So I had no choice but to try to blend in. It worked. I got a boyfriend. That's him leaning over me in the picture behind me. We joined a Budweiser together on our spring break. You can see how much I liked him. Actually, he was a really nice guy, like a real sweetheart. So I'm not dogging him at all. He was great. So, look, I know the teenage years suck for everyone, but at least the straight kids are actually turned on by the people they're going out with. I was suffering through high school without any lesbian sex to cheer me up. I'm here to tell you that with no hot sapphic action, teenage lesbians, well, your worldview can get incredibly bleak. The other kids didn't want to talk about the obvious misery surrounding us, so I started writing about it. Here's an example from my Hulk Hogan Worldwide Wrestling Federation notebook. Which should have totally outed me as not straight. I mean, it was an ironic choice, but not what the straight ones were doing.
Oh my God.
So here's the entry in the notebook. I'd like to write a book about the way I feel about things. If I don't write it now, the passion will be gone. I will start each chapter with a poem, then an essay on these important subjects. School social structure, jocks, teens portrayed wrongly, the future, war, hell, the world situation. I'm still not sure what the world situation is. It was really important to me back then. So before I wrote my magnum opus, I had to get all my homework done, including this letter that they made us write to our parents for school open house day when our parents would come to our school. Dear Mom and Dad, even though I hate school, I'm having a pretty good year. Even though a bus picks me up at 6:30 every morning and I have to ride on this crowded bus with a bunch of jerks, at least I'm not ditching school. Well, not as much as I would like to. The lunch here sucks. You'll probably get something better than I do. You'll be going through my classes the way I do, but you only have to stay for 10 minutes. And you won't get any homework. And you won't have to write any big required headings with your last name first and September spelled out. Apparently I was really pissed off that they wouldn't let me abbreviate September. And then when it came to signing off on the letter, I didn't write like best regards or love. I was so depressed that I just wrote, I don't know what to put here. So with that letter off to my parents, I returned to working on my book. And I wanted each chapter to start with a poem. So here's one of them. As much as I hated the other kids, there was a certain set of adults that I hated even more. So the title of this one is Teachers. Teachers. The rules and concepts they try to teach obviously don't matter to me. It's bullshit, can't they see? This was not my idea. They try so hard to relate to you. Can't they see the system's screwed? Biology and geometry won't matter when the world's destroyed. What happens then? So party like each day's your last. This miserable world is going fast. So I hated high school, and then at the same time, this is the 80s, so there's this Cold War threat from Russia. You know, everybody's scared of nuclear war. So I felt like I needed to address that a little bit. And this one's called Everything Will Happen at Once. Extinction of all living. Blotting out of the sun. The buttons pushed by a fool to put a stop to commie rule. Everyone contracting AIDS or dying from the poisons we made. Acid rain kills all in sight as humans board the final flight. Water, who will have the last drop? Answered as the world's rotation stops. Earthquakes, tidal waves, hurricanes rage. This pitiful world has come of age. Volcanoes all overflow, endless lava from below. Now there is no more oxygen. Time for darkness to begin. So I was writing this kind of stuff in private because no one else wanted to hear it. But then one day our school newspaper ran an editorial from the jocks who were whining that no one was coming to their football games. So I knew I had to speak up. So this is my letter from the December 18, 1987 issue of the Sunny Slope Viking Views newspaper. Dear editor, in your December sports editorial, you stated that our school lacks spirit, support, and a winning attitude. Your editorial took the side of the hard-working jock, practicing every day only to be ignored by apathetic non-athletes. It is sad that students in other social groups don't bother to attend games, but when the athletes isolate themselves within a clique, they invite the alienation of those they exclude. It is foolish for them to continue in this manner, since they're the ones that need an audience. While the non-athletes, well, we don't need the jocks at all. So my negativity finally paid off. I was a folk hero. My schoolmates were thrilled that someone was finally speaking up to the jocks. No, my one friend, Michelle, and then my other friend, Amanda, so the three of us. So as I got older, it was getting exhausting being the glum negative one all the time. So towards the end of my senior year, since no one else would hang out with me, I dropped acid with my older brother. And that made things better for like a minute. At first I stayed positive for this journal entry about tripping and looking at the sky.
Oh my God.
Oh, wow.
Look at the vast blue. You can't see through it, but it doesn't stop you with one flat dimension either. I guess that's hard to understand. I see a lot of things that other people don't understand. If I want you to understand anything, it's that we, people of my age group, aren't all mindless cloned trendies. We have problems. So as you can tell, this acid trip is going south. Hell, we're all victims. Hell, we're all fucking victims. The stress level of even a casual environment like Phoenix is amazing. Fuck you, parents, adults, and your fucking midlife crises. Why don't you take a look around a minute? High school kids have the most stress of anyone. Not only do we have the social stress, high expectations, school expectations, and future phobias, but we have your fucking stress, your job, and your unhappy sex life projected onto us. We aren't all little cookie cutter happy days characters. Like I said, we've got problems. So remember that school open house letter that I wrote to my parents that I didn't know how to sign? I think I should have cut and pasted that. So I kept writing, and then during my senior year, I actually won a prize for a poem that I wrote. And so even though people were tired of my complaining and the teachers didn't get me, that kind of gave me a little bit more confidence. And so I never did write that book that I set out to write, but I did write a book called 9 Grudges, The Spiteful Origins of the Happiest Dyke on Earth. And it's coming out from Red Hen Press in the fall of 2026. If you want to know more about it, hit the QR code and I'll get you on my mailing list and keep you up to date. Thank you.